Engaging starts to creative writing. Narrative hooks for GCSE English language. Hi, I'm going to suggest 10 ways to start your creative writing to engage your reader. That's called a narrative hook. Here they are. Number 1, start at the action. Number 2, use a pronoun you haven't explained. Number 3, give your character a choice. Number 4, introduce a time constraint. Number 5, introduce a life-threatening situation. Number 6, say something that's hard to understand compared with how things normally work. Number 7, use dialogue. Number 8, foreshadow an important later event. Number 9, flash back to an emotional backstory or anecdote. Number 10, use an interesting question. Let's look at some examples. Starting at the action. The tyres screeched as the car swerved, missing me by inches. Flames roared to life, licking the walls as smoke filled my lungs. I ran, my footsteps echoing in the alley, while the shadow behind me grew closer. Use a pronoun you haven't explained. They were already waiting when I arrived. It moved again, just beyond the trees. She whispered something I couldn't quite catch before vanishing into the dark. Give your character or characters a choice. He tightened his grip on the handle, run now, or open the door and face whatever was inside. She could turn left towards the lights, or follow the sound of crying into the shadows. I hesitated at the edge of the cliff, jump and risk everything, or go back and lose my only chance. Introduce a time constraint. Only 5 minutes remained and my ticking clock was louder than my heartbeat. If she didn't find the key before midnight, the door would lock forever. The train was leaving in 60 seconds and he was still 2 streets away. Introduce a life-threatening situation. The ground shook beneath me and I knew the cliff wouldn't hold much longer. A knife glinted in the dark and I had nowhere to run. The water was rising faster than I could swim, dragging me toward the storm drain. Say something that is hard to understand compared with how things normally work. The rain was falling upward, vanishing into the clouds above. Everyone froze mid-step, but the clock kept ticking forward. This morning, the sun rose in the west, as if the world had flipped overnight. Dialogue. Don't move, he hissed, or they'll hear us. You're going to regret this, she said, her voice trembling. Is it supposed to do that? I asked, watching the smoke curl from the engine. Foreshadow an important later event. I didn't know it then, but that was the last time I'd ever see him smile. If I'd checked the lock twice, none of what followed would have happened. The letter seemed harmless at first, but its seal would change everything. Flashback to an emotional backstory or anecdote. I still remember the night the sirens wailed, the moment everything I knew slipped away. Back then, before the accident, laughter filled our house like music. It started years ago, on the day she left without saying goodbye. Use an interesting question. What would you do if the whole world forgot your name overnight? Had the door always been there, or had it appeared just for me? How far would I go to keep a secret that could ruin everything? It's your turn.